This is number 13 on the 2020 PSAT exam. They categorize this as level intermediate, which I would agree it's intermediate level. Okay, so they give us this weird figure, and do we want to read all this? Let's try to skim it. Figure above, distances. It takes Tom and Patty the same amount of time. Tom rides his bike from his house to school along Carver Road, average rate of T miles per hour. Patty rides a bus from her house to school along Carver Road, average rate of P miles per hour. What is T in terms of P? Okay, so we kind of needed to read this in this particular problem. And then here are the choices, okay? So let me go over the concept and then I'll explain how to solve it with the concept. Okay, so the concept is linear models and rate of change, constant rate of change. I recommend students to memorize this simple statement. Quantity equals rate times time. This is what a linear model represents. Quantity equals rate times time. Quantity, y, equals the slope or the rate times x, or think of this as t for time, okay? And let's think of some specific examples. So you might remember distance equals rate times time. Distance is a quantity. Rate is like speed, and then time. Yeah, so let's look at the units even. Miles, distance in miles, for example, and then you have a speed or rate of miles per hour, and you have amount of time in hours. So this unit and this unit cancel, so you're left with miles. It works out. Okay. So you might remember we memorized the slope-intercept form as y equals mx plus b. So b is the initial value. So when x is 0, you get y equals b, right? And x in this case is time, so no time has passed. That's why we call it the initial value. These are the concepts to know by heart. Okay, so, and I would again memorize quantity equals rate times time as to help you understand a lot of these things. Okay, so in this case, it is distance equals rate times time. For the quantity equals rate times time. The quantity is distance, okay? The key point here is that since we're trying to solve for t and p, t is the speed and p is also the speed or rate, okay? And then the key point is this sentence right here. It takes Tom and Patty the same amount of time to arrive at school from their respective homes. So, and this distance equals rate times time. We can solve for time. So time equals distance over rate. The time it takes for Tom and Patty is the same. So the Tom's distance over Tom's rate equals what's the other person's name? Patty's distance over Patty's rate. So that's what I wrote over here. Okay, so this is the concept of setting them equal to each other as well. Okay, so the Tom's distance is 3. Tom's rate is t, given over here in the text. Patty's distance is 9 in the figure. And Patty's distance is p in the text. So you're just solving for t in terms of p. So solve for t. T is you could just cross multiply and then divide by 9. The t is 3p over 9, which is a third p. The answer is A.